Alright, we're going to be looking at factorising quadratics, and all that means is putting a quadratic into brackets. Quadratics look like this, all of these, and they're always in the form, or they normally are in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, and all this a and b means is a number, either 1, 2, 3, whatever. So we're going to start off with a slightly straightforward one. X squared minus x minus 12 equals 0. So you know you want to put them in two brackets. So what I would do is just put two brackets down straight away. You know that there's an x and an x multiplied together to give you the x squared. So you can just write down these x's. And then what you need to find is two numbers that multiply together to give you 12 and subtract to give you x. So what you can do is just start writing down options. So for 12 we've got 1 and 12, we have 2 and 6, we have 3 and 4, and obviously we have them all the other way around as well. You can forget about the minus sign at the beginning, that's not important. So when we're looking at all these, we can sub them in and think about what would happen. So if we had a 1 and a 12, we would get 12x and we would get 1x, and there's no way that you can subtract those to give you the x that we want. So what about 2 and 6? So 2 and 6, so we'd have 6x and 2x. If you plus them together, that'll give you 8x. Subtract them, you get 4x. So that's not right. So hopefully this 3 and 4 will work. So if we put the 3 and 4 here, 3 and 4, we get 3x and we get 4x. And if we have 3x minus 4x, we get this minus x. So if we just put these in, because those are looking good, we then have to worry about the signs. And if it's a minus sign, minus on the c, we know the signs are different. I've made a little note here. So if the c is positive, then both signs are the same. So they'll either be both positive or both negative. But if the c is negative, then both signs will be different. And then it's just our job to figure out which way around they are. So as it's a minus x that we're finishing with, we want this 4 to be minus because it's bigger, and then this 3 to be positive. So we would get minus 4x plus 3x equals minus x. And then to double check, we'll expand the brackets. So x times x, x squared, x times 1 is minus 4x, 3 times x, 3 times minus 4. Simplify that. x12 minus x minus 12 equals 0. So we know it's correct. And then what we're going to do is find the roots. So if we know x plus 3 multiplied by x minus 4 equals 0, we know that x plus 3 equals 0, and we know that x minus 4 equals 0. To find x, you just simply make that 3, so x equals 3, sorry, minus 3, because minus 3 plus 3 equals 0, and then on the lower one, x equals plus 4. Alright, on to the next one. This next one is slightly more tricky because we have a 3x instead of just a 1. So it's exactly the same thing, just a little bit more complicated. So we know that in one bracket we're going to have 3x, and in the other we're going to have x to give us this 3x squared. It's the only possibility. So we know that we've got to start with that. We also know we've got to have two numbers that multiply together to give us 6. So we can have 1 and 6, but we also can have 6 and 1. And the reason that you have to have them both ways is because it's going to matter by which number is multiplied by. So you got to test them out both ways. We also have 2 and 3 and 3 and 2. So if we had a 1 and a 6, we would have 18x minus and an x. So there's no way that we can get this 7x from that. If we switch them around and we have 1 and 6, we'll have 3x and we'll have a 6x. There's no way that will work either. So it's going to be one of these two. So we can just cross these out. So what about 2 and 3? So that will give us 9x, and the x and 2 will give us 2x. So that will give us 7x, because 9x minus 2x will give us the 7. So we'll write the 3 and the 2 down. Now we just have to worry about the signs. It's minus, so we know they're both different. We want positive 7x, so we're going to want this 3 to be positive, because 3x times 3 is 9x minus 2x. Double check this. We're going to multiply it out to see if it equals the same thing. 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times 3 plus 9x minus 2x minus 6. That can be simplified down to 7x minus 6 equals 0. They're both exactly the same, so we know that that's correct. And the reason we know that 3x minus 2 equals 0 and x plus 3 equals 0 is because something times something equals 0. You know that one of them has to be 0. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but because something times something equals 0, you know that it's got to be 0. This thing has got to be equal to 0. I'm sure that made no sense at all. Anyways, when you're looking in the brackets, 3x minus 2 equals 0. Therefore, x equals 2 over 3. And this one, x equals minus 3. So you can see that it's always just the opposite of the number. So if it's plus 3, it's just minus 3. And then with these ones where there's numbers before the x, you just got to be extra careful that 3 2/3 equals minus 2, and you can always just check that by 2/3 plus 2/3 plus 2/3. Add the ones across the top. 6 over 3. That's the same as 2. So we know that 2 minus 2 equals 0. So we know that's all good. The last one is similar to the previous one, but this isn't written as a traditional quadratic. We've got to bring that minus 5 over. So we get 2x squared minus 9x minus 5 equals 0. And we do the same thing again. So we know we want two brackets, because that's what factorising is. We know we need this 2x. So we're just going to throw that in there like that. We need a minus 5. So we're going to start with 1 and 5, or 5 and 1. Those are the only two options we have. So 1, 5. That'll give us 10x. That'll give us 1x. So that seems like it's going to work. It looks like it's going to create that 9x we want. or that minus 9x that we want. Got to worry about the signs. It's a minus, so we know it's both different. We want minus 9 in the end, so we're going to make this minus 5 and this plus 1. And like the more you do these things, like you're gonna see patterns, and you're gonna be able to do it quicker and quicker. You're not gonna have to test out every single option. You're gonna be able to. You'll get used to them. You'll be able to just come to the conclusions quicker. We can double check this, multiplying it out. 2x squared minus 10x plus x minus 5 equals 0. 2x squared minus 9x minus 5 equals 0. Boom, they match up. Then we just got to find out what x equals. So we just look at this bit. 2x plus 1 equals, or x equals, and x minus 5 equals 0. This should say equals 0. I hope you guys are able to follow me and understand what I'm on about. Sometimes I think you don't have a chance. So this x is going to be minus half, because 2 minus halves plus 1 equals 0. This x is going to be 5. And these are your two answers for x. This type of math is going to keep coming up. It's super useful. It actually does have lots of practical reasons for it if you become an engineer or something. So a lot of these questions are taken out of a GCSE AQA textbook, the CGP one, which I'll leave a link below. If you find this helpful at all, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I'm going to go through the whole GCSE syllabus. Hope you enjoy the video, and see you next time.